What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Metal Maniacs Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Ingersoll, and I'm here, as always, with my co-host.
It's your boy, Mod. What's good, Jay?
It's all good, baby.
I love it.
What's up?
I'm ready to rock, dude.
Cool. So we got some hard work out of the way. We did a Morbid Angel bio. I don't know when that will come out, but we did that, and now we're on to a react. This is our fourth reaction episode. These ones do pretty well. The bands like it when we react to their songs.
Yeah.
And we were conversating a little bit before we started recording.
Yeah.
That these are always going to be genuine reactions from us, right?
Yeah.
I tried to refrain from listening to any of this music before we listen to it on the show. Even if it's my buddy's band, like we're going to be reacting to Skin Jacket today, which is Joe Arnold's band, band that we're going to be actually playing a show with in the future. But I can't say I've ever really heard his band, maybe back in the day, but nothing like actual on audio or whatever. So that's kind of the way I'm approaching these.
Yeah, same here. I know you've got the document before me, and you keep me informed of what's going on, but I don't go ahead of you and listen to these things in advance to spoil it. I want to have an authentic reaction for everybody here. So I've never heard of any of this stuff.
And these episodes do pretty well just because I think the bands like it when we react to their stuff. And people, the last one where we had that Living Dissection band, a lot of people check that band out just because we reacted to it. So for me at least, and I think for us, that's cool that you guys are liking some of this music that we're reacting to as well, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of just serves the multiple purpose of.
Yeah, I just feel like an easy way to put it is everybody wins.
Yes.
Like the bands win, the fans win because they get to hear new music, they get to see our funny reactions, and we win because all of the fans of those bands now are going to maybe check out at least one episode of our podcast or maybe more if they think that we're good at what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
So I love these episodes too. I get excited for them. I know based on the last three that I'm about to have a good time. I'm either about to laugh or
cry.
If it's really bad.
I haven't had no criers yet.
Yeah, so I'm ready. I know it's going to be fun.
Cool. So normally on these reactions episodes, if you guys are new to this, we talk about the vocals, drums, talk about the riffs, and then solos if there is any. Mods always alludes to the bass because that's one of the things that he's hearing. I really cover the production aspect of it because that's super important, especially in metal, because I need to hear your shit and I need to hear it clear. And we talk a lot about songwriting, which isn't always necessary. Mods sometimes will touch a little bit on melody as well, whether it's there or not. And then I always like to talk about art, just because that's something we grew up on, is judging things off their art, and if we probably like to listen to it or hear it. So, yeah, with that being said, are we ready to go?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
All right, cool. Let me switch this over and make sure that we got some sound here. Make sure we're good. And so, when we react to you guys' songs, I would like you guys to sing or send in like some information about your band, so we're just not like the name of this band and this is what it is. A few of these submissions I've had for a while, but some of these we do have some, backlog on as far as like telling us a little biography about it. So this first band that we're going to go over, this first song, the band is called Zombestial, and this is what he sent me. I just read it for verbatim. I would love for you guys to review a song off my debut album, At Dusk. My name is Eddie. I started the band in Bakersfield, California, and now live in Yakima, Washington. Not too much of a scene down here, so I had to did all the instruments and learn to record. So he did all the instruments. Found a great vocalist, though, and his name is Thomas. It was quite the journey for sure. The album was released on Halloween, and I'm already in the process for my second album. Thank you. I appreciate you checking out my album. It means a lot. So go back and listen to another episode when we talk about guys that just play, everything in the band. We've had a few that are really good, a few that are spotty, but at the same time, we'll take a listen to it. You sent it to us, so we'll check it out.
Yeah, if he's having a hard time recruiting members because there's a lack of a scene, then hopefully this helps him.
Right.
And I don't mind it, especially if the music is good. I would hope that if you're sending us something, you have the full weight of your own confidence behind it and that you're ready to share it. So we're going to give our best here, Eddie, for you. Bakersfield, California, horns up to corn. I know where you're at. So let's give it a go when you're ready, Jay.
Cool. So he didn't give us a song. I also say, what song do you want us to listen to? He didn't really give us a song to check out, so I'm just going to pick one off of here.
We've got At My Funeral has 72 plays.
All right, let's play that one.
But it is 5.5 minutes long.
All right, let's not play that one.
Next would be the opening track, I believe.
Okay. So we're just going to play the opening track. It's called The Awakening.
And that's usually where I like to be, the opening track.
Yep, this sets the mood. Here we go.
Is this an ad?
It's an ad because we're on YouTube Music.
Okay. God damn it.
If this is 2 minutes of shoveling, I'm going to be pissed.
Needs more cowbell.
Live from your grave.
Well, I want to hear some vocals, so I'm going to let the next song
Yep.
play for a second, see
You
what
read my
happens.
mind. Yeah, same.
I can feel myself rot.
Eating brains. How does that make you feel?
It makes the pain go away.
Fuck.
Cool.
Good.
Go ahead, Mod. Let you
Um,
go on this one.
So first of all, I like some of the things outright, like the mood setting with the samples.
Mm.
I always appreciate that sort of thing. I like the bass line in the beginning, the awakening.
Mm.
Awesome guitar work, especially on the lead front. Man, great chops. I can tell you practice.
Yeah.
It sounds like you pinched somebody's black metal vocalist to be in your thrash death metal band, which I appreciate. I like that gremlin. So some pretty cool vocals there. I'm going to be nice, and I'm just going to say, for me, hearing that rhythm guitar sitting at that treble register as high as it was, we need to rein that in a little bit, because that is way too high pitched for my ears. And I don't know if I'm just listening to like some DIY in your own home recording.
Oh yeah, he said he had to learn everything and do everything.
So please take that as constructive and not as a knock, because it's just something that I'm hearing in my ear is really high frequency. And I think that if you're going to go that high with the guitar pitch tone, then you need to have a lot of bass in there. Like, you need to be able to hear that bass guitar rumbling behind all that to kind of fill that out. Other than that, that's a very light criticism. If you want to even consider it a criticism, it's just an observation. But the music itself is good. And I appreciate that a lot, and thank you for sending it in. That's a pretty cool couple of tracks there we just heard from you.
Yes, for sure. So you got 2 tracks because I wanted to hear the vocal. The first one was an intro, so I guess sometimes that just happens when you pick the intro. Agree with you. Great guitar work. You could tell that he shredded. It sounded clean, everything. Like the vocals. In my conversation with this guy, I think we had kind of a little bit of a discourse, and he was saying that be careful because there's a few tracks on there that are covers of some other black metal bands. So I think he's going for that black metal sound. So drums, I know they're programmed, but they were interesting, and they sounded pretty cool. Like, he did a good job programming drums. We've heard other things on the show that were very boring programmed drums. So at least he made it interesting, and the drums still kind of sounded lifelike. Vocals were cool. They fit that black metal register. There was almost like some 80s thrash metal stuff kind of going on there, but that fits with the black metal theme, though, right? So, like, I think that was great. Bass, I could hear it in there, cool little bass lines and everything. So if he's playing bass too, at least he picked some cool little melodies that would enunciate what the guitar was doing.
Yeah.
Songwriting, I didn't really hear a whole lot of songwriting. Minute was 2:37. Like, I felt like there were some callback parts. Vocally, there wasn't much there to grab onto. Like, I don't remember anything after the song. So I take it or leave it, I should say, in extreme metal. His little art that he has here, pretty cool. I like the little At Dusk art. Are you seeing this on the YouTube link or whatever? That's pretty cool. I do like that. I don't know if this is the album art or just your logo or whatever, but I fuck with that. Yeah, and then now we get to the production, and this is where I'll give you some criticism.
Jay's got a mind for it. He produces a lot. Yeah. So this is the part where you want to listen to him more than me. And I'm sure he's going to try to do his best to be, objective and help you out here. Yeah.
So I will say this: if we're going for a black metal sound, you achieve that. And it sounds better than some black metal shit.
Yeah,
so,
it's good. It's good.
So it was audible.
Yep.
But I agree with the higher pitch register of the guitar. It almost sounds like you're miking some kind of small cabinet, and I would be very curious to know if I'm correct on that. You're miking some kind of cabinet, and it didn't sound like there's some kind of weird reverb or room noise going on. It's like, dude, get you a nice plug-in and run that shit direct. So I got that nice beefy guitar, because with these new VSTs and these new guitar emulating plugins, you can have a better guitar tone than that. You need a better guitar tone than that. If you're going just for that raw black metal sound, you did nail that on its head.
Yeah.
Everything else sound pretty mixed well in the mix, but maybe you did it on purpose, so I could be wrong. But me personally, I just like to hear my recordings a little more clean. If that was a little more clean, I probably would enjoy it even a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I'm also not a fan of that kind of production, just because I don't listen to a lot of black metal either. So I guess if it's a purposeful choice, great job. If it's not, then there are ways that you can clean that up. But other than that, fucking pretty cool track, man. Like, especially if you're doing everything yourself. Kudos to you, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, good. Overall, very good, very cool. I would definitely know what to expect having heard that. I would go and see it live and just be ready to hear exactly what I just heard. Again, I'm I'm wanting those guitars to roll back to mid a little bit more.
Yeah.
And beef up that rhythm guitar sound. Your lead work is really good. That's where you want all that treble.
Yeah.
Like that's where you want all that high pitch stuff. But yeah, please take these observations and receive them well. We're not trying to down on you at all.
Yeah.
Obviously, you went and learned a lot. And if that's the sounds you're going for, cool. Great. Stop right there and just keep going. Don't listen to the feedback and take it too personally. Yeah. But At Dusk, Zombestial, cool stuff, man. Thank you for the send-in.
Fuck yeah. So we're moving on to our song number 2. This is one of the ones that was also given to me earlier in this process, and it kind of gone by the wayside. I have no information on this.
Okay.
This is just called Murder Method. That's all it is.
All right, so I am opening Spotify. I want to make sure I'm not playing anything here.
So the album is called No Regard for Human Life, and they want us to check out that track, No Regard for Human Life.
Okay.
It didn't have a lot of discourse. I think it was just sent. Probably should have dove into it a little more. I could tell you, let's see, can we tell you anything? You don't even have a Spotify bio. Might want to get one of those. They have another album called Hide the Bodies in 2019. I don't know if that is a full length. Oh, it says it's an EP, so maybe these guys haven't been around that long. And this was put out in 2022. So here we are in 2024. We'll see what happens. So this song and the title of the album, No Regard for Human Life, here we go, by the band Murder Method.
Let's get it.
Dang, Metallica finish.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You want to start this one off, or
Yeah, I'll start this one off.
go for
So
it?
I pulled up their Facebook page. I was trying to find the message, and I forgot. This dude's mom sent me this. There's
Thanks.
just some random lady, and she's like, "Hey, check out this band." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I go, "We can react to it on our show." And she's like, says something along the lines of, I said, "Is this your band?" And she just said, "No, it's my son's band. No way I can even strum a note." And I go, "Can you give me some additional information?" And she never did. So I just pulled up their Facebook page,
Okay. I'm
and their
there.
intro just says old school death metal, which I would say so.
Yep.
It looks like they
Haven't seen any.
they're
Wait, let me
from
just.
Pennsylvania, maybe.
Okay.
But to go over the music, so as far as requirements, man, cool shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was badass. Like that's the kind of death metal I like.
Yep.
It is kind of old school, but it was pretty tech for old school.
Mhm.
You know, kind of reminded me maybe some Broken Hope or something along those lines.
okay.
Vocals pretty straightforward. There wasn't a whole lot of diversity in there.
Nope.
Not that they were bad vocals. I could understand what he was saying though, so there was some enunciation and clarity to the death metal vocal. It wasn't some toilet bowl, lull that I couldn't understand.
Right.
Drums were fucking sweet. Like
So
some
if,
cool fills and
yeah, if you catch me making a face during the playback, or y'all watching this, and I look like, oh my God, I'm tired, it's because I'm imagining being a drummer in this band, and I am literally tired thinking about it. I just physically am exhausted imagining all of that footwork, all of those rolls. Like, wow, what a drummer. So obviously a real drummer on the kit here. There's no way anybody's programming those drums. I don't believe that's. I don't believe people can do that.
Cool leads,
Yeah.
cool riffs.
Yeah. Cool rhythms.
What'd you think about the bass?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I could hear it. It filled up some space really nicely when you had those open chord progressions, and then that's where the bass fits in to do a little bit more of its own thing from the melody standpoint and stand out and not just back up the rhythm guitars. So really good use of bass guitar in spots where it's needed. So good job there. My only critique is similar to yours, is the vocals. I mean, it's a death metal band, and nobody's expecting over-the-top vocals, but what we're looking for out of death metal vocals would be just a little bit more diversity, going from that low to that screeching high to that really twisted mid, that you're trying to find a unique voice somewhere it's not too high or too low, but you're giving it your own personality and character. So I just think that, attempting to do something new in the studio, or as you're demoing this material, or as you're practicing it in the band space, just try to find something that sets you apart from just the standard guttural vocals and or screams and what have you. But all in all, great send in, good song, absolutely fuck with it all day. The drum work, the lead guitar work, the bass guitar work, all of it great, and had the callbacks too.
Yes.
So it was a song. It wasn't just riff soup. We love that here.
So I was going to touch on that. Like the callbacks, good songwriting, even give me a chorus, no regard for human life. So I'm like singing that afterwards because it's stuck in my head because I can understand what you're saying. So you guys got some cool elements as far as the art goes. If you click on the little Spotify link, it's kind of like almost some slam artwork, straight death metal, blood on the walls, dudes getting gutted.
Total evisceration.
Yeah, so in the clip, I'll obviously probably put this art underneath so you guys can see it. But yeah, all in all, fucking cool, man. I hope you guys keep rocking. I just followed you guys on Facebook as well.
Same.
I'll be shooting you guys a message, and we'll be talking a little bit more because I do like your band. I just wanted to make sure this band was still, when your mom sends me the link, which is cool mom. But it looks like they're playing all the way up into Chicago, so they're going on tour and stuff. They're on CDN Records, it looks like, or the tour is. So these must be homies with the dudes in Centenary, or at least on the same record label, CDN at least, or on this tour. So, but it looks like they're very active and they're rocking. So I'll be getting in touch with you guys. Thank you so much thank your mom for sending that song, and you motherfuckers. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, cool mom, definitely
Yeah.
looking out for you like that.
Cool.
You gotta love the support
Yeah.
from family. Who better than, right?
And it might have been one of those things where it was like your mom sent it in just for us. She must have stumbled across our shit or something. Or she's just a metal maniac and she was like, yeah, check out my son's band. So definitely be reaching out to those guys and then we will go from there.
Cool stuff. Cool
So-
send-in. Thank you guys.
You ready to move on, buddy?
Yeah.
You say what we had to say about that?
Yeah. We covered it there. Good send-in.
Cool. So now we move on to the homie Joe Arnold's band. They put out a CD, so the band is called Skin Jacket. So you might have to look this up on Facebook, Mod, because he actually sent me a shirt and a CD, which I will wear the shirt on the podcast. I'm just searching here for the artwork because I guess I could get up and fucking grab the CD, but it's over there, and I don't want to trip over the cameras and everything. So
I just want to make sure I'm getting the next right thing pulled up here. We're looking at.
yeah, it just says Song 3, Skin Jacket, Worthless Flesh
Right.
CD.
Oh, okay. So I have to look it up somehow. Well,
Just go to Facebook, look up Skin Jacket if you want to see the art.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know you got me covered.
I also need to figure out how to work a CD player since I have it and so fucking long.
Skin Jacket. There it is.
So
I feel like
we're literally going to listen to the first song, and I don't even know what it's called because hold up a second.
All right. I saw these guys at what is it?
Okay.
Airline Bar.
I had it here last week, sitting here.
Yep.
So you want to check that out? That's the artwork. Pretty
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, little sketch.
And the very first song is called what on the back of there, brother?
Hate Machine.
Okay, so that's the one we're going to listen to, Hate Machine. Feeling
it.
pretty machiney hatey today. So, yep.
Cool.
Here
Thank
we
you, Skin
go.
Jacket. Let's get it.
Wait upon you, we won't get chances, no. Come wait and find you over the love.
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember I did see these guys at Kill Tomorrow's CD release party, and I'm looking at the images now, and I was there. So cool, pretty cool. I like they all dressed together. They all got their agreed upon outfits before they take the stage. And today we're going
Agreed
in.
upon, he says.
Yep. So today we're going in green smear on black, and prior to that it's tuxes. Yeah. So pretty cool stuff. It's got like that. It's got a little bit of that thrash metal with the fry vocal added on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay, go ahead and speak to it a little bit more, and then I want to chime in afterwards.
Sure. So just going by the requirements here as far as vocals go, vocals weren't bad. They were audible. They were, as far as like the fry vocal, pretty cool. For a second there, I thought he was going to sing all 5 minutes. Like it was just kind of like a rah.
Yeah, he had some lung capacity.
Yeah,
there.
like I was like, God damn, dude, this dude's practically rapping.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was bad or anything. He just kind of had that one register. It didn't really change from that at all. But if diversity isn't your thing, that's completely fine. To each their own. There was like 4 choruses, so the songwriting's there. They had some repeating parts, a few different times. I think that chorus riff, that down, that came back like 4 different times. So you got the songwriting there. It's touching on the production. I know they went to some studio in Grand Rapids. These boys are from Grand Rapids. We're actually playing with these guys locally here at the Patio Bar in June with Kill Tomorrow and these guys.
All right.
But Joe Arnold, he's a friend. We've made friends. I think Infinite Designs played with one of his other bands, or possibly this band at some time too, because he was in the band From Hell.
Okay.
We played with those guys at like Quinn and Toots and Eric Stroud. I don't know that you recall, but I know we played a lot of shows.
I remember that.
So we have some connection with these guys in this band. As far as the riffs go, as far as just kind of like thrash metal, basic rock and metal riffs, they're there. They're cool. Nothing crazy to write home about. Not super technical, but nothing bad or anything.
Yeah.
As far as lead guitar goes, it worked in there. It wasn't anything again at any technical proficiency that's over the top. But at the same time, I did like the melody and the introduction of you guys giving the space for the lead guitar to write a lead.
Yep.
Thanks for writing a lead in there.
Always appreciate lead guitar work.
Drums, just solid drum work from Joe.
Yep.
It was just a basic solid drum throughout. Again, nothing crazy technical, but there's nothing wrong with that. You guys wrote a good song, and then the bass just kind of held it down in there. Again, just playing its part. So
could have been up a little bit in the mix, maybe, but that's what bass. I dare you to find a bassist who's gonna say otherwise.
Yeah, right.
But could have been up a little bit in the mix on the bass. Other than that, another good thrash metal send in, and I would call it more thrash metal than anything else.
Yeah,
that was my take on it. And having seen these guys and know what they do, they're a fun batch of dudes to watch. Get it on in the live environment. So you're gonna be in for, just exactly what you heard. These guys, they're going to be bobbing, thrashing the hair, and they bring a little bit of a spectacle because at least it looks like they kind of coordinate their appearance a little bit on stage, which I appreciate. I mean, if I got to go and watch dudes just jump around in gym shorts, that's kind of lame. I want to see somebody that cares enough to, bring me something to look at too while I'm listening to you, because otherwise I will not even look at you. I will probably just look out the window or look about the room. So that's cool. They do bring a little bit of a spectacle to their game as well. So kudos to you guys, and thank you for the send in. I enjoyed it. That was fun.
Nice. All right, so moving on to song number 4. This song is called, from the band One Divided. The song is Agents of Chaos. Jesus. So this is what he sent me. I am the bassist for the band The One Divided. We are from Central Michigan, members from Big Rapids, Reed City, Ashton, and Lake City. We are a melting pot of Pantera, System of a Down, Motorhead, and some punk thrown in. We are working on our second album right now and have some huge things coming soon. That's every band. We are comprised of seasoned musicians from Late October, Bad Decisions, and Guano Loco. And I said, what song do you want me to check out? It says, might be cool to have you guys check out Demons for the Truth, the lead single and first track. Kind of overall sums up our sound. Here is the video we did for it. So I guess we're going to pull up the video. Nope.
I've got Cavalcade Demons
Nope.
for the Truth. Okay, nope.
Oh, wait. That's my bad. My bad. That's my fuck up. I accidentally hit enter and then move some shit down, and that's not that. So anyway, We're not going to do so. Anyway, open the Spotify link.
Yep.
I'll just edit that.
Agents
shit
of Chaos.
Yeah.
The Spark.
Yep.
All right, I'm there. Do we know what song we want to do off of this album?
Let's go with the first song. As long as it's not 3 minutes of digging, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Those. The band is The One Divided. The song is Agents of Chaos. We'll just play this first song. It's got 1,500 plays on it, and it's called Agents of Chaos. So here we go. You ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
6 feet under.
I definitely got the System of a Down influence. I felt that. I love the bass tone on it. I really appreciate the ending chorus there, the way it kind of all started to rise up and come together. I felt like the song could have used a little bit more of that because there was like 8 verses and 2 choruses.
Yeah.
And I felt like that song could have had a little bit more of that Agents of Chaos chorus in it, but I feel that thrash vibe in there as well with alongside that System of a Down where in the verses where it was just like that bass is ripping and the vocalist is basically doing a bit of a surge, if you will.
I think that's where that Pantera-ish, what they were talking about, kind of comes in.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jay, what do you think? What do you got to say on it?
You know, that's not really my style.
Right.
I've never been a big system that to me that
Sure.
sounded like new metal.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. Like
Right.
it's just not for me.
Sure.
Like he's kind of like rapping and kind of like the real basic lyrics of it, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of real straightforward, nothing to think about really, as far as like art goes. Vocalist wasn't bad, just kind of had rappy and the one heavy vocal. I felt like we'll go to the songwriting part, so I agree to that. And there was also like there were so many times I was let down. Where it's like, oh, they're gonna build to some crescendo, and then they just kind of go. Yep. It was like the tape slowed down or something. Yep. It's like, when you come to songwriting and you're building something up, you got to have like a payoff, a tension release.
Yeah.
You don't just kill the whole momentum. You either crescendo until and go faster, or you give me something that just grabs onto me. You can't just like kill it right there. Like it was just a weird. Like a weird effort into the songwriting part of it. I'm not real sure like what that even was, to be honest.
That was the same exact feeling I had as I was listening to it. I felt like there were moments where they were building us up to that chorus, and instead they dipped down into that melody section where everything went really soft. And I thought maybe doing that one time as a bridge or a segment of that song, you carry that out a little bit and then build it back up. But I felt like 2 or 3 times they went from a verse that was it had that trot with the drums and all that tom work, and then they just tapered it off into that melody section, which was anticlimactic, I thought, and they needed to go to that Agents of Chaos chorus, instead of going to that melody part. But which isn't to say, like, who cares what I have to say about songwriting and my opinion of it, but just as a listener, I felt like there was it created a weirder tension for me because I was like, oh, and we just slowed down and now we're back to that verse which we just came off of, which, I don't know, that had me feeling mixed emotions there. Right. I really felt like that Agents of Chaos chorus was coming at me a few more times than it actually did. But at the end of the song, like everything came together. There was like lead work kind of in the background of the chorus. The chorus felt more full and almost like a double chorus at the end where they did it and then they did it even bigger. Yeah. They had a pretty cool breakdown in there too. I felt like a short little breakdown in there that was cool by me. It had more of a almost a hardcore punk thing going on too, alongside of that System of a Down influence. So I think it's always going to be a little bit more challenging for Jason and I to be all in on certain genres, but which isn't to say that they're no good or we don't like them entirely. It's just that we're obviously some old school death metal heads. Yeah. So I think it's always going to be brave for somebody to say, all right, they don't like this style of music, but at least we can have them play it. And we will. Yeah. And we will sit here and say, keep doing what you're doing, enjoy it. Who cares what we say? Your music's getting played, and there's somebody out there that's going to just absolutely fucking love it. Despite what we say.
For sure. It just to me, it's like you say Motorhead, you say punk, you say System of a Down, and then I hear new metal. Those are all things that, like, granted, we have a whole new metal episode and we talked about that, but those are all. That's a perfect formula for me not to want to listen to it. Like that. I mean, that's.
It's just being real.
Yeah, it's just being real. It's not nothing against your band or anything. It's just, we're an extreme metal podcast for the most part, and really heavy metal. Yeah. So when you talk all these things, that is almost the opposite of kind of where we're at with this. So not a bad song, not a bad band or anything. I wish I could give you a little better blurb. Your art really kind of is very don't even know. It looks like almost like Load or something. I'm not real sure. Kind of looks like a wine cork pop in. It's hard. The text is hard to read, and then you kind of have the text at the bottom is like this real weird like Windows 95 font thing going on here. So
probably a lot of DIY effort.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine.
And to be fair, like if we listened to a little bit more and got a little bit more into the album, we might hear more of that Pantera influence, which I would certainly gravitate toward.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the like the Facebook, and I can see you got your left-handed shredder out here doing some leads on the photograph there. So I imagine that there is more lead work to be had if we dive further into the album, and I'm sure that other influences are going to come to the light of day if we dive deeper into it. But there you have it, Agents of Chaos by, The Divided, or no?
One Divided?
One Divided, thank you.
Yeah, The One Divided.
The One Divided. Yeah, you can't even really tell that from looking at the album cover. I just see The Divided up, and I get that. I can see what you did there. I got you. The one part on the album cover did not make it through to clarity, so it just looks like The Divided is what your album art looks like. But thank you guys for the send in. I hope that we generate some more traction and send some fans your way, and keep doing your thing. And I know that if you got a house full of people ready to listen to your music, you're going to get them moving in the pit in some form or fashion. Because I got that vibe from you guys as well, high energy. So keep it up. Thank you for the send in, and cheers.
Looks like in the studio there might be some older dudes, so I guess that kind of, maybe not completely older, but they're like in the new metal vibe here and everything, and that's cool. It's hard to always kind of judge off of one song too, and I'm sure your live show's cool or whatever. But thanks for the send in. We appreciate it, and we'll be moving on now. So song number 5.
Okay.
So this is the Cavalcade.
Oops. Stop.
And when I was talking to this guy, he said it might be cool to have you guys check out The Demons for the Truth, the lead single and first track. Kind of overall sums up our sound. Here's the video we did for it. In terms of other info, the band has been around since 2005, with our first release Into Bolivian coming out in 2008. Current lineup is Cal Sauter guitars, Craig Horkey bass, extra weird instruments, Sean Peters vocals, acoustic guitar, recording engineer and producer, Brad Van Staveren guitars, Andy Owen drums, just joined last August. Christian Urabazo is on the album playing drums. We have been pretty consistent with releases for the last 8 years. Lakeside Effect in 2016 and Sonic Euthanasia in 2019. Besides the pandemic, have been pretty active playing around the state with occasional tours around the Midwest and South for the last 10 years. The main goal of the band is to still have fun, take all of our influences from The Cure to black metal to post-punk, acid bath to early 1990s grunge bands, and mix them all together to see what the results are.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, so I'm not real sure. And we also got Sean coming on the show to talk about the band.
Okay.
But also, if you remember at the end of the episode of the Centenary episode, and we talked to Mike, he had mentioned Cavalcade.
Okay.
He had said that he really enjoys this. It's kind of weird or whatever, but we played THV on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Is it metal? Is it not?
Right.
Who knows? But THV fucking rules.
Yeah.
They're cool dudes.
Yeah.
So this might be one of those instances that it might not be perfect for the show, but at the same time, it might be great. So you never know until we watch it and listen to it. So
and it's a 7-minute track. By all accounts, there's going to be a lot of things happening here, I imagine, because otherwise 7 minutes is a really long time to stick to one style. So let's see what we get here in these next 7 minutes.
All right. Here you guys go. Hopefully you don't hear an ad.
single living and breathing detail.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, so definitely in my wheelhouse. Got that doom metal thing going on. It reminds me of Phantom
Yeah, a little bit.
with the song progression
Yeah.
leading up to the guitar solo at the end.
Mhm.
Had a lot of things that I like in terms of the ambience. The vocals, from the storytelling of the lyrics, so you get it. You're right there listening to them tell you the story. So definitely some things that I like. And again, it fits into that doom metal category. All that was said outright, I was scared. I was nervous
Yeah,
about what
me
I was going to
too.
get.
Me too.
But sometimes, you describe your band in a way that you think about it, but then on the other end, you could have just said it's doom metal, and I would have said, "Oh, great, here we go, let's have it." I'm for that life. So it had the gremlin, a little bit of the gremlin vocal when it
Yeah.
came to the fry, and then the guitar solo. Pretty good guitar solo. They went a couple different places with it, from establishing a melody to then shifting it into almost atmosphere with the dive bombs, and then moving into like that shredder solo. So I would have liked to have seen that shred segment just be more melodic, to stick with that earlier theme that they established, instead of just kind of going way off into the fray with it. But just minor critiques on my part and what I would have done. Who cares what I would have done? Overall, cool send-in, definitely in my wheelhouse, and I appreciate it. And I would sit there and shoegaze to it live and appreciate it all the more. So thank you guys, Cavalcade, for the send-in. Demons for the Truth, pretty cool song.
So my take on it, way better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
To be honest, I was
Yep.
scared when you were talking a few of those things. I felt like maybe it had no place on this podcast at
Yeah.
all, which is fine. It is what it is.
We're skittish.
Yeah, I mean, just for the fact that it could be great music, it just doesn't fit on the show.
Right, sure.
Because we're trying to build a certain audience, or we have a certain audience, and they know us and what we like, and we know what they like. So Vocals wise, pretty cool. Like I really like some of that like singing stuff he was doing, and
Yep.
then how he just did like the black metal fry part like underneath while he
Yep.
did the singing. So
That was
I
cool.
like that. It had reminisced like some Kurt Cobain type shit going on. So
with
when
the
they
rasp,
so they said like grunge. So I felt that through and through. So you could like grunge plus maybe some doom metal plus some black metal kind
Yep.
of. You know, some cool experimental things where the drummer's kind of doing the little shaker and stuff. Solid drums on there, sounded good. So his
Yeah.
production was pretty good on it for what it was for. You know, everything
Mm-hmm.
came through and sounded great. Riff wise, you guys had some callbacks and,
Yep.
you know, pretty cool little riffs you had in there. It did remind me a lot of grunge rock. I kind of felt that coming through and through. Lead wise, I probably agree with you on that. Probably would have been cooler to kind of take that more of in a melodic way instead of a noisy way, but it's kind of like your art, you do what you want with it.
Yeah.
Bass was cool. I heard some of the little like the higher notes and stuff, so he
Right.
was kind of stuck out and really made it sound good. I know Sean does all the production on it. He also works with Eric. They do the Terror by Night
Okay.
thing, and I know he's worked and done some solos on the Black Temple and the Apocalypse Devastator 666.
Yeah.
So, you know, and Sean's been doing it. He's been around. He was in the band Summon. I think he did guitar, maybe some vocals or something in that. So, you know, he's been around doing his thing or whatever, but like that's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
different for our show, but
Yeah.
way cooler than I thought it was going to be.
I
You
think
know,
I think it fits the show. It has a place here. I mean, although it's not extreme, it's still
Yeah.
definitely a metal outfit or a type of metal. I appreciated the clean guitar work. I like the moodiness, the vibe that they set with that instrumentation. And I thought that at the end part where he was kind of singing the
whoa.
yeah, that part, I thought that would have been cool to get like 8 people doing that,
Mm.
backing him up, almost like a Black Veiled Brides type thing where there's a whole chorus of people supporting that melody and giving it even more depth. Even if it's not going to come through live or you got
Yeah.
to pipe it in live, I still think that would have given it even more character.
Yes.
But just him doing it was fine, and I like how they tracked it with a clean vocal and the fry vocal behind
Yeah.
it. So all in all, good send-in. I appreciate it, and I say keep doing your thing, and hopefully we get a chance to see you out live in support of some bigger names to get your art out there. So thank you.
And like I said, he'll be on the show too,
Oh,
so
cool.
we'll be talking to him. I got him scheduled, so it might
Excellent.
be a Zoom interview because I know they're from Lansing. He's a hell of a good tattoo artist. I know that too.
Oh, cool.
If last I knew, he worked at Eclectic Art Tattoo in Lansing, and they all do badass work there.
Nice.
So they have a deluxe double vinyl version of Evergreens.
Okay.
So that was their record that they're putting out. 17 songs. Some of them are super long too, 9
Oof.
minutes.
Ooh.
A little bit shorter too, a couple 157 here, 254. So kind of looks like they just create what they want to create, and I respect that. I think that's cool. Like if that's what you guys are feeling, that's what you guys are doing. I will say this: my only critique, you didn't need to make that guitar go for a minute and a half of that same bing, bing, bing at the end.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I understand it's probably for
Fade that out.
artistic expression, but
Sure.
like at the same time, I didn't really need to hear that for 1 minute and 27 seconds or whatever that was. So that was kind of my only critique, where it's like we can get arty, but then we can get farty too. So I don't, artsy fartsy, whatever. But cool, man. Cool send-in. Thanks. Appreciate that. Looking forward to talking to you, Sean, on all your musical endeavors. I know you've been around. So usually we leave it at that, but we're only at 1 hour and 4, so we're going to do one more. And this is one that I kind of overlooked, because this is one of the first ones that was ever sent in. So this probably should have been the first part of this one, should have been on the first episode, but it was way back in our messages. And I just pulled it up because I was looking for that message from the Murder Method band, and I found this. So I want to stay true to telling these people if they're going to send their music in, we'll check it out. So we'll end with this song number 6. The song is the band Prolapsed, and the message says, "Hello, this is Alex of Prolapsed. I would love to be a part of the podcast at some point if you guys are interested. Here's my latest release, Sepsis, and I have a new EP coming through Vile Tapes Records this year in early 2024. Please give it a listen and let me know."
Looks like they're from California.
Okay.
I've got their Spotify pulled up. Is it the Spotify that I'm on right now?
Bandcamp?
Yeah, Bandcamp, excuse me.
Yep.
San Jose, California. So we're in the Bay Area, if I'm not mistaken.
By the looks of this, I think I know what I'm in for.
I'm about to get my head blown off.
Yeah, we'll see. Disgusting artwork. I'm not even sure. With a name like Prolapse, I can only imagine what we are in for.
Well, it's probably a
But-
Googled image of somebody with sepsis.
Yeah. So we got some Sepsis going on.
LARP.
Brutal slam death metal, San Jose, California,
So,
USA.
yeah, got an illegible logo,
Yep.
and we've got bloody artwork. We've got band description, brutal death metal slam, and a couple of tracks here on Bandcamp that you guys can listen to on your own time after we check out Sepsis here.
So, what song you want to listen to, dude? You pick what one. They all
Oh.
got great names.
Yeah, let me. Oh, let's see. Some of these I cannot pronounce, so that rules a few out. I got to tell you, I took a finger to the eyeball when I saw Soulfly many years ago. I thought I was going to lose my eye. Somebody's finger went into my eye socket about one knuckle deep, and I had to hold my eye from being pulled out as I pulled their finger out of my face.
Shit.
So
that hurts.
we're going to go with track 3, Eye Socket Thumbfuck.
Hell yeah. That's a good pick right there.
I mean, did they want us to listen to just track 1? Sepsis?
He just said check it out. So
Oh.
I don't know. He didn't.
Well,
really
there's not a
say,
track
so-
named Sepsis. There's just the EP name.
Yeah, the EP.
All right,
so
yeah.
we're not listening to the whole EP in the show.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
No,
We're
it's all
picking
good.
one track. So Eye Socket Thumbfuck. Here you go. Okay. Wow.
So, fantastic musicianship.
Yeah.
Drums and guitar all day there. Huge props to those guys. I have no fucking clue why you would do that vocally to your own music.
I have no fucking idea. Like,
I just don't get it.
like fucking Mike the Frog.
Yeah, but as you can see, I smiled and I found something in it that I enjoyed. The humor of it, if you will, that laugh made me laugh. And I thought that was all right. I don't know what kind of vocalist I would have instead or what I would choose to do. Probably a lot of other things.
Almost all of them. Almost everyone.
Probably anything else or nothing at all. Clearly fucking awesome music. Obviously a sense of humor about y'all that, you know, it's not lost on me, but I'm also like, you know, a couple of highbrow death metal tech guys like us, you know, like progressive tech death. We're going to listen to the musicianship and say fucking all day, yes, there.
Right.
And then on those vocals, we're just going to be the Riddler made of question marks all day. Like, I don't know what you would expect anybody to say except for that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I would imagine how much effort and energy it takes to be that good at your instrument that you would like take a little bit more care on the vocal front there, but fuck it, whatever. I mean, that's your art and that's what you're going for. And there's obviously a market for it and people dig that sort of a thing. There's a lot of fans for that style of music. So obviously we enjoyed it and I'm also confused by it.
Yes.
But huge props to Prolapse for the send-in. We were both laughing. I look over at Jay. He's laughing with and at the same time because it's badass, but it's also confusing.
Yes.
So I think that's you want a visceral reaction from your audience, and that's definitely what you got from us. And we're hoping that we send a few more likes your way, a few more fans of that style particularly. And Jay, I'll let you chime in. I know this is a genre you know and appreciate more than myself, although I do get some satisfaction out of it too. What do you want to add to that?
So first things first, we're going to work our way backwards because my first reaction requirement says vocals, so I got some to speak on that, but I'm not going in on that first. First, the art, it's disgusting as fuck. It's not bad nor good. It's just one of those things that just is. It fits what it is. It's like a medical picture. It's kind of fucking weird looking and whatever. It fits the name of the band and what you're about. That's cool if that's what you're about. Songwriting, I mean, you get what you get when you're talking about slam and you're talking about this genre. There isn't really nothing to call back. Even if you did, I have no fucking idea what.
I felt like there was repetitive parts in there.
Yeah.
That laugh vocal came back a few times, so I'm assuming those are the same riffs behind it. It was a little bit chaotic musically, but I could hear them going off. And it was fucking slamming hard.
Yeah, as far as the songwriting for me in the slam genre, I would have liked to hear a little bit more groove where it's like you built it up and then you did like this grind part and then it went to a groove. Like I would have liked maybe 50-50 on that. Like give me some of the blasting part, and that's kind of where slam is now as a genre. Like we're kind of going 50-50. You're giving me half grind thrashy kind of beats and the other half is just fucking neck bobbers. Yeah. Just gruction. So I would have liked to hear a little bit more of that, especially because of the vocal pulls away from everything else. Didn't really hear, I didn't know if bass existed or not. The riffs themselves were cool as fuck.
Yep.
Really like technical and fast. The drums themselves, I'm assuming this is a one-man band with some kind of like drum programming because that ride or whatever it was just was kind of like really tingy and almost fake sounding. But the rest of the drums and the programming sounded pretty good. And now we get to the vocals. What the fuck? How do you even make that sound? I'm not even sure what that was. I don't know if you went to the pet store and marked a fucking Mike the Frog's cage. I don't know what the fuck
it's got to be some sort of like effect.
Post. I don't know how even that comes out of a human. Not real sure. I understand this kind of genre, right? But at the same time, I need something to hold on to. And what was also weird is the muck monster vocal or whatever the fuck you want, toilet bowl, whatever you want to call that, fridge mover. Like it went with the riff too, so it was kind of like the pattern of the what if you want to call that a vocal didn't like stand out on its own. It was just like this weird rhythmic sound with the
Yeah.
guitar. So I don't know if we're playing guitar and singing at the same time,
Makes
or
sense.
that's like kind of what we're thinking of, especially if it's a one-man band or whatever. But overall, it was pretty fucking cool. The vocals were high in the mix too, so it's like if
Okay.
you're gonna do that, bury them fuckers in the mix at
Yeah.
least. Like, then it just have it, because all it is an extra noise on whatever you're
Yeah.
doing. Like,
So,
you know,
yeah, I mean, again, as stated, great music.
Yes.
Bring those guitars up
Yeah.
and bury that vocal or
Yeah.
omit it. And that's just one song. I don't know if only that song sounds like that for the sake of whatever the song is about.
something tells me no.
Yeah, something tells me that I'm going to get 4 more songs just like that
Yeah.
on the vocal front. Again, like, hey, that's you, boo.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
you.
yeah.
That's awesome. Like,
Yeah,
that-
what you're doing is cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
keep doing. We appreciate the send in. I could fucking bang my head to it.
yeah,
That vocal is questioning. It's just kind of like, why?
it's hilarious.
Yeah. And I will just say the problem is with something like that. Like, I understand, like, you try to be the heaviest and the slimiest and but there comes a time where you still have to make some kind of music, right? Because at least for me, like, you can make some weird noise, I guess, whatever. At that point, it's almost racket. But like, what? I just don't think that's called for. Like, I could listen to a whole album of that as long as you send it to me without that weird cricket noise on the top or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
But I could not listen to more than one song of that. Not because the music's not sweet. It's just because of that vocal is just so out of this
Obscure.
world weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was like buried in the mix and you kind of heard it here and there or whatever, but that bitch was so high. It was almost like you wanted me to discern what you were saying. And it was something about getting fucked in the eye with a thumb or something. I don't know.
So I feel like you put a vocal on that album just so that people will talk about it, and nobody's going to say anything like super positive about that except for how did you do that? And that's funny or wild or weird. And I don't mean to be overly critical. We are an extreme metal podcast. That was definitely extreme metal.
Yes.
It's just that but the vocal to me wasn't extreme. It was kind of like a mailed in sound where I was just like, yeah, I mean, listen, so look, if you want those kind of vocals, listen to Signs of the Swarm, right? Like, or Sign of the Swarm.
Yeah, Signs of the Swarm.
Yeah, they bring that vocal, but they bring it way better. Like, they bring it to a degree where I'm like, oh my God, there's no discernibility there.
Yeah.
And that guy's a monster on the vocals. Like, just by virtue of the fact that he can go so low, so high, do these weird different things, and he's a real one. Like, I've seen him do it live.
Yeah.
I think we were both there and saw him do it live. Like, so for
Shadow of Intent.
yeah, for that style of vocal, again, I don't know if there's 4 more songs just like it or if that's an anomaly, but
No, there's a whole genre of like slam that is like that, where it's
Right.
just like these weird toilet bowl vocals,
Right.
and I don't know. It's just not for me, that
Yeah.
vocal. The rest of it is for me.
Yeah.
Fucking loved every second of it. But yeah, just that vocal is just very hard to digest, If you want to call that a vocal. Would you call that a vocal? I don't know what the fuck that sound is. It's
Yeah.
just something that comes out of your mouth. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like it's not even like death metal, because it's not like a
Yeah.
low. It's just like a
yeah,
it sounds fucking almost like you're beating something on the table or something. I have no idea.
and this could be like a really young kid for all I know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. So please don't take these observations too harshly. You could be learning, growing, and knowing as you go, and you'll
Or fucking around.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. Like,
Just-
maybe this is your fucking around thing. You're
Yeah.
like, maybe we'll just throw these vocals on there.
Yeah.
That's cool. But
it could be an entirely troll project for all I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I've seen people come out and just troll us with their art and just for a reaction, just to almost turn people off because that's what they want to do. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that style and that intention before. But stick with the guitar, stick with that riff, and your style is cool. And then go back to the drawing board on the vocal, because we are mad confused as to why you would put that over the top of such awesome guitar work. And when you should just be showcasing that. And then, like, if you felt like your music needed vocals, then ask yourself, what vocals do you really want on it? And if that's it, then I think you're going to be pretty limited in terms of your audience, because that's going to be
Yes.
something that we listen to one time and laugh at or with, excuse me. and maybe put it on to work out too and get your grunt on and your swole on. But
it's good shit music, like just trying to get it moving.
I'd be afraid of like doing a bench press and hearing that little gator laugh, and then I just drop the bar on my chest because I cannot.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, thank you for the send in.
Yes.
Keep up the good work.
Yes.
That was fun. End of day, it was fun. I'll give you 3 letters. FUN. That was great. Like keep it up and stay metal, my friend.
Don't do what I say, but like put out an album that's also just instrumental without that vocal, and I bet you'll have other people too that'll be like, okay, I'll fuck with this and I'll listen to the whole thing.
Mhm.
But like, you should, if you're gonna put that on top of your music, you should give me a version that's not there, because that. Not even for old school death metal dudes that like all even weird obscure shit. Me and you, that's hard to stomach. Still, there's a certain line of extreme that you that even we don't cross.
Yeah, we already get Extreme Metal Podcast, and you definitely fit the bill there. So we take nothing away from you on that front, but that was a wildly weird and confusing vocal to fall back on for all the work that goes into that style of music. I would say I wouldn't allow it. I would say no, get out of my band.
Yeah.
Get off my album.
But at the same time, you do you, homie. You know, that's kind of what it is. So
and again, we're not trying to be overly critical, even if this one comes off that way. I mean, we're gonna give you our objective feedback here, and you got your music on, and we're hoping to send you more fans and people that do dig that sort of a thing. You can chime in on the comments and give us shit back. We don't mind. Like we got thick enough skin for that. I mean, if you're gonna go to bat for that vocal, I'm ready to hear your defense.
I'm willing and ready to hear why you enjoy that.
Yep, I am waiting with bated breath.
Yeah. So, all right. With that being said, that wraps this episode. We got even more. We'll have another reactions episode coming at you soon. We even got even more on this list here.
Yep.
A few more that we've had sent in. If you guys want to send us in stuff, just hit us up at the Metal Maniacs Podcast, either Facebook, Instagram. Send us some links. Tell us about your band, and we'd be more than happy to react to your music. Hopefully, you can keep it extreme metal and send us some information about your band. So it's just not a link, so we can talk a little bit more about it, and hopefully get you guys some more listens and plays, which it has done in the past. So with that being said, y'all keep it metal. Peace.
Later.
Thank you so much for checking out the episode. Be sure to hit that like button and give us a share.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed our podcast today, please give it a rating on your streaming service to help us gain some exposure.
And if you really enjoyed the show, please give us a follow or hit that subscribe button and come hang out with us every week. And remember, keep it metal.